Hello, ladies and gents. I hope you're all well. Hey. Hello, ladies and gents. I hope you're all well. Hey, welcome to the Mindset Muhammad podcast as well as the Mindset Muhammad YouTube channel. Really excited to be sharing this piece of content with each and every one of you, right? Some of you will be seeing this on Facebook, so I want to welcome you as well if you're going to be watching this either live or pre-recording, or some of you will be watching this piece of content on Instagram or else other platforms. So within the Mindset Muhammad ecosystem, I'm really excited to have you here, ladies and gents. And I'm really fired up to be sharing the piece of content I'm about to share with you. So share this piece of content, whether whether it's the podcast, whether it's a video, share it with people that you care about, trust and love, and of course let them make the most out of this as well, right? This piece of advice, guys, changed the course of my life for the better, right? And when I say it, I genuinely mean is why, because think about it. We're going to be talking about three simple concepts and three simple philosophies that honestly are some of the major philosophies that govern the world. And for the better of your financial state, for the better of your health, mental health, for the better of your physical state, for the better of your achievements and accomplishments, you want to be following these three principles, three philosophies, right? So let's dive straight into them. If you're new to the platforms, I want to welcome you. I want to welcome you. I hope you're really well. I hope you're making the most out of your weekend so far. By the way, if you're a Muslim, Jum'ah Mubarak, right? We don't do any type of religious stuff on the Mindset Muhammad, platforms, the ecosystem. But if you're celebrating your Jum'ah Mubarak, and if you're not, then happy once again, happy weekend, right? Really excited to be sharing this piece of advice with you guys. So I'm Muhammad Abdurrahman. You can call me #Mindset Muhammad. I'm really excited to be on this live. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm a full-time, university student, Queen Mary, studying business and management. And I've been an entrepreneur for a few years. And honestly, some of the stuff that I share on my platforms are things that I've came across, right? You can see the way today I'm dressed is because it's Jum'ah, right? It's Friday, so you normally don't see me just like this. But when it's Friday, of course, it's a special occasion. So let's dive straight into it. The first thing is, by the way, these three philosophies I actually learned from an individual called Ali ibn Abi Talib, okay? Ali ibn Abi Talib. And these are three simple philosophies, three simple concepts that you can literally implement to your life today, okay? You can use them right now, right this hour, right today, this week, this month. And of course, we only have a few months left, guys, of the end of the year. So you don't want to get to the end of the year and then, of course, it's the same old you again. New Year comes, and how many people say New Year resolution, they write New Year resolutions, and 3 to 4 weeks down the line, they actually don't even follow their New Year resolution. So I hope you can learn some incredible philosophies right before the start of 2022, and then to go into 2022 really strong, and with absolute incredible posture, and really a good sense of feeling. So let's dive straight into it. First is the first apologize, okay, is always the bravest, right? Then think about that. Let me say that again. The first to always apologize is always the bravest. What do I mean by that? In fact, for us to understand, let's look at the definition of the word brave. Let's look at the definition of the word apologize first, okay? Because the one that first apologizes is always what? The bravest is the simple philosophy here. The one that always apologizes first is the bravest. So let's look at the definition. The two keywords here are what? Apologize and brave. So let's look at the definition of apologize, okay? Express regret. This is the definition, okay? It's apologize is a verb, okay? Express regret for something that one has done wrong, okay? That one has done wrong, right? In fact, I educate within my mentorship program, okay? Hey, even sometimes, even if you know you're wrong, even if you know you're right, okay? Even if you know the other person's wrong, okay? Sometimes the best thing to do to move forward is to apologize. You think about it. People say, oh, you brainwash people. Yeah, I brainwash people to believe in themselves. I brainwash people to look forward to a better life. I brainwash people to forget yesterday's lack of results and focus on how they can, create incredible results today and tomorrow, right? I'm a coach, guys. And because of that, I personally, if you ever see me apologize, trust me, a lot of times it doesn't even mean that I'm wrong. It just simply means I'm not bothered to argue, right? Think about it. You don't want to be in a situation where you have to compromise things, guys, right? But guess what? Even if it means, hey, apologize. If you're wrong, I'm telling you, it takes a heart. It takes a man, okay? It takes a woman. It takes someone, okay, that really knows what they're capable of, okay, to actually go and apologize. A lot of the times, 99% of the world's population don't apologize, guys, right? In fact, a lot of people, they will, though they know they're wrong, they will want you to apologize still, right? Instead of them apologizing to you. Right? I always preach, okay? In fact, not always, the majority of times I preach, hey, never be apologetic, okay? Go and chase your dreams and goals and aspirations unapologetically, right? But guess what? Then there comes times where you have to apologize if you're wrong, right? As a leader, as someone that you want people to follow you, okay? As someone that wants to lead, mold, and guide people's lives for the better, you need to learn how to apologize. I'm telling you, it's one of the hardest things. When you know a lot of times you're not right, it's hard. It's hard. But guess what? You got to do it anyways. Why? Because you don't want to do what you feel like doing. You got to do what you feel is right for you to do. So if you feel that for you, the best way for you to move forward, to progress in that relationship, to progress in keeping that bond, right? You got to, if it means apologizing, yeah, go for it, right? Apologize. Because if it means for the better of communication, okay, if it means for the better relationship, why not go for it? Apologize to the other person, right? So that's the first keyword. Now let's look at the second keyword, which is brave, okay? Because the statement says the one that always first apologizes is the bravest. So let's look at the definition of brave, okay? Brave is ready to face and endure danger or pain, showing courage, right? Now think about that for a second. Ready to face and endure danger, right? A lot of times, when think about it, you want every time, I'm telling you, we always are put in situations where we have to be brave, right? Kid starts walking, they can't walk properly the first year, right? Guess what? They have to stumble a few times, but they have to be brave to know that they at some point will start working because they don't know anything else, right? They don't know anything else. The less you know, the further you go. Right? When I got involved in entrepreneurship, guys, I had to be brave. Why? Because 99% of the people that I started with are not with me today. 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, 4.5, 5 years down the line, they're not with me anymore. Why? Because I'm not any intelligent or genius or anything. I was just a little bit more brave than them. I was willing to go for uncertainty. I was willing to go and adventure the world. I'm telling you, imagine how boring it is. Wake up, brush, shower, brush, eat breakfast, right? Get in your car, go to a place, come back, spend an hour with family, sleep, and do that cycle over and over and over and over and over until you're 70. Do you know how boring that is? There's nothing wrong with it, right? Instead of living a life of certainty, I'd rather live a life of adventure, right? Instead of living a life of certainty, I would rather live a life of adventure, guys. A life of what? Adventure, right? Instead of living 60 years like that, I would rather live 20 years and live a life of adventure. Doesn't mean I'm doing anything against my religion, no, right? But live a life on my own terms, right? Doing what's right, being brave, showing courage, right? Look at the definition of brave, guys. Ready to face and endure danger or pain, showing courage. Does that make sense, guys? So the one that always first apologizes is the most brave, always. Second statement says the one that always forgives first is always the strongest. If there's always an argument between you and someone, hey man, be the one that always forgives first, right? I'm telling you, a lot of people, they have this guts, they have this thing where it's like, they have this grim, I'm gonna get this person next time. Oh, this person done this to me, this person done that to me. They said this about my business, they said this about my relationship, they said this about my personal life. Really? You know what that's like? I had one of my mentors say this one day. He was like, that's like you drinking poison and expecting them to die. Let me say that again. That you holding this sense of feeling of, I'm gonna get them back, they done something to me, I'm not letting them, I'm never gonna forgive them. That's like you drinking poison and expecting them to die, guys. Right? You want to live a life of freedom? You want to live a life where you're free, not just financially, not just time free and financial free. No, you want to live a life where your head's free too. Right? That when you go to bed, you know that every conversation you had today, if you were to die tonight, it would have been a good conversation that you ended up with. Right? So the one that always forgives first is what? Is always the strongest. I'm telling you, and it's strongest. I don't mean by how many kgs you can lift at the gym. I mean your emotional strength, right? Everybody's after IQ. No. I'm after EQ. How tough, how strong, how much challenges can you handle in terms of emotional strength, right? Yeah, IQ is great. But the people that change the world are not people with great IQs. Trust me, it's people with great EQs. Right? So you want to be someone that mentally is stable. You want to be someone that doesn't fall back for everything. right? If you're someone that anybody that tells you you go there, no. You got to be someone with posture, someone with confidence. How's that going to come? By being brave, by looking forward to a life of what? Uncertainty instead of a life of certainty. Looking forward to a life of adventure. That's guys what being strong is, and as well as being brave. Okay. Now the last statement is, the one that always forgets first. That Ali ibn what am I saying? Ali ibn Abi Talib said it's simple, okay? 3 concepts, okay? 3 philosophies that you want to live by. The one that always apologizes first is always the bravest. The one that always forgets first is always the one that always forgives first is always the strongest. And last is the one that always forgets first is the happiest. Guys, I'm gonna spend the next few minutes on just the last one. The one that always forgets first is always the happiest. I mean, what life are we after at the end of the day? A life of happiness, a life of contentment, a life of fulfillment, right? A life where we know we want to live life on our own terms, do what we feel passionate about, do what we love, okay, and chase after our goals, desires, aspirations, and chief purpose of life, right? But guess what? You are not gonna do that if you're gonna keep, right? If you're gonna keep holding emotions to yourself. No, you gotta forget. I'm telling you, the best thing to do for you is to let go of things. Don't hold on to things if they're not in line with where you're going. Don't hold on to things if they're not in line with your principles, with your philosophies, right? You need to have personal philosophies, personal principles that you're after, that you follow, no matter who's ready to follow them, right? And if people are not willing to follow them, you just unfortunately just have to let go of those people, right? I hope this is making sense, guys, right? Let me repeat, okay? Ali ibn Abi Talib, what did he say? The one that always apologizes first is always the bravest. The one that always forgives first is always the strongest. And the one that always forgets first is always the one that is the happiest. So I'm telling you, if I was you, I would want to live a life of bravery. I would want to live a life where I'm living life on my own terms, not a life of certainty, but rather life of adventure, right? Hey, I would want to be one of the strongest people, not just physically, but I would want to be someone that's strong in terms of mentally as well, in terms of my head, right? Because I'm telling you, the world is full of challenges. I'm telling you, whether you're ready for it or not, whether you're really ready to level up, whether you're really ready to go through the challenges that life's going to throw you. We all go through them, okay? Every single challenge that you're going through, either I've been through or either somebody else has been through it, right? So you're not the first person to go through those challenges, I'm telling you. But your ability to stand your ground, okay, and endure the pain for a year, 2, 5, 10 years, right? Showing courage, right? Being ready to face and endure danger or pain, okay? And of course, once again, showing courage is ultimately gonna really dictate where you end up in life. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this makes sense, guys. I'm really excited. It's Friday, Jum'ah. I'm Mubarak to everybody celebrating Jum'ah. If not, happy weekend. Hey, stay tuned for more, okay? If you are new to the Mindset Muhammad podcast, Mindset Muhammad YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all the platforms, hey, if you're new to the platforms, make sure you subscribe, follow, add all the platforms, and of course engage with the content. Really excited to have you here. I'm really excited what we're going to be taking this in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So if you're someone that always drives, hey, listen to the Mindset Muhammad podcast. And if you're someone that likes videos watching, we have these 10, 13, 15-minute videos on the Mindset Muhammad YouTube channel. So stay tuned for more. Stay tuned for the IGTVs as well. And God bless each and every one of you. Take care, everybody.